Hello, my Sagittarian clan. Oh, my loves. I love you so much. I'm so happy we're in Sagittarius season. I tell you what a year. I want to just take a minute and sit with the Sagittarius energy and acknowledge this year of Jupiter being at home in Sagittarius. I know there's been quite the divide. Some Sagittarians have felt this year has been one of the best, most expansive, beautiful years. And some have experienced it as a really painful and very much about illuminating and expanding places of challenge or pain. And we all do work with Jupiter differently depending on where we are in life. And that, Jupiter is not always easy. I will tell you, I'll just share with you a little bit. This has been an amazing year for me. I'll be honest. It has been such an amazing year. Everything that my heart had clicked into a year ago really came into existence, and it came into existence in ways I didn't see coming. It's been a very high-powered year. I have been moving around a lot, going in every direction, But I tell you what, I will be honest as well. Yes, it has been the best year of my life so far. Hands down, the best year of my life. But I have also had days where I have crashed out. I have had days where I have had to face into my shadows like no other year of my life because it was expanding every aspect, right? So I was just talking to a friend about this, about Jupiter and how we've been experiencing it. And I am grateful it's closing out. Jupiter is moving on from Sagittarius into Capricorn on December 2nd, right in the heart of Sagittarius season. We are going to be bidding adieu to Jupiter as it moves into Capricorn. And I think this is a really good thing for Sagittarius because what we've just opened up, we've just basically blown the lid off any old prisons, any old ways of doing things, and just moved forward, in any modality that took. And that's been great, but it's also kind of left a lot of us fatigued. I'm a Sag rising, so I'm not even a Sag sun. I can only imagine for the Sag suns, a little bit tired, a little bit like, what was that? And now with Jupiter moving into the neighboring sign of Capricorn, this grounded energy, this is where we can really start to nurture our investments and take our time. And the note that came up for me, just thinking about Sagittarian energy, and this happy birthday, by the way, this particular Sagittarius season, this closeout of a cycle, Sagittarian energy is about to go through this 2020. It's about to start working in a very different way. The south node of the moon is headed towards Sagittarius. And we aren't going to talk about that this month. It's just a little sneak peek what 2020 is bringing. South node of the moon is going to be moving into Sagittarius. Your ruling planet is going to be in Capricorn. These are very grounded and shadow work placements, but I think this is what Sagittarians need right now in the process. Because it doesn't mean things aren't going to continue to be amazing and actually really grow. But we need to nurture Sagittarians' root systems and make sure that Saggies are taking care of themselves behind the scenes and in what they're investing in and what they're nurturing. Queen of Wands, I love it. So the note, let's get to the note here. This month, you're going to be noticing that to be visionary and expansive doesn't always mean latching on to the hungriest, the most expansive, the biggest, the wildest dream all of the time. Always feeling like this pressure, like you have to, Five of Pentacles. Like you have to be in that modality. You have to be thinking big and bold and vibrant all the time and building and creating and being super hyper social. Five of Swords. You all crack me up. But this is part of the shift and part of the healing, I think, of coming out of basically standing in a giant spotlight for a year. It's like you come off stage stumbling and you've got spotlights in your eyes and you're just feeling a little fractured, maybe a little frazzled. You got to take care of those parts of yourself that feel like they've just been through a huge performance, a huge night out, a huge adventure, like you've just been on the Odyssey. There's a come down, and that doesn't have to be negative. I'm not trying, But sometimes the greatest form of expansion is wanting what is here now and wanting and feeling what's just coming through the door like tomorrow. You know, it's not always about having to be in this modality of thinking big picture all the time. And I think this month kind of focus on that version of visionary. Being here with the simplicity now, Emperor. Okay. The first message that's coming through with these Eight of Cups, yeah, there's transition going on here. The first message that comes through with this Queen of Wands, Emperor surrounding these fives, shame. Shame about taking up space, or guilt, fear, you know, those parts of yourself that are worried that maybe it'll all go away. Maybe it's not going to keep working. The Devil. Once again, the other thing that's happening with Jupiter making this change is you'll be noticing there's a spotlight, there's a focus on a different aspect of your life. Queen of Pentacles. And that aspect is this nurturing aspect of yourself. And that it needs a little attention, a little investment, a little slow down. Queen of Swords. 3 queens. Big message there. Oh, look, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Hanged Man. I'm going to include him. Hanged Man is associated with the sigil of Jupiter, so it's not your tarot card necessarily, but, oh, and also the High Priestess is at the bottom. And the Moon. Talk about esoteric. I haven't even gotten into, we have a full moon in Gemini in your house of relationships on December 12th. We have the sun moving into Capricorn and out of your sign on December 22nd. We have a new moon and solar eclipse in Capricorn on December 26th. And that eclipse in your second house, once again, we're hitting into anywhere where you're feeling discomfort about money, feeling discomfort about value, feeling discomfort about your foundation, about your home, and like the things you have around you, your investments, right? This esoteric message here at the bottom of the deck is really important because it's telling you to soften up a little bit. It's telling you to lean into the mystery a little bit. You're not going to be able to have everything sorted out for how this year is going to give you blessings. And you're not supposed to be in charge and big and bold and visionary all of the time. Sagittarians also have a very wise, ancient side of themselves. You know, Chiron is also going direct the same day as we're having that full moon in Gemini. And Chiron is going direct in Aries. And actually Chiron makes me think about Sag because Chiron is a centaur. He's a healer and he's a very wise teacher, right? And Sages are linked to teaching, to learning, to scholarship. And so while Sages are known as the bold, loud, playful, expanded, optimistic sign, you also have a side of yourself that is very deep and very wise, very able to see things from that other perspective. So let's get into it here with what we're needing to do. You know, the way I kind of feel through December for Sagittarius, I think this is going to be a really beautiful month, but just kind of be aware that what you're needing to do, it's kind of like taking a day at the gym after you haven't moved your body for a while, or, you know, going that first hike, or taking that nap and doing the dishes and putting away a few things after you've kind of been ignoring that aspect of your life. That is really nurturing. It's soul food for the Sagittarian right now. And that's what I'm seeing here. You know, you look, and just speaking of Chiron and Aries, that emperor there, the emperor, the warrior, the front-facing fire energy that is so confident and so on top of it and knows how to move through the world and has all that. Yes, you have that. But guess what's happening underneath some of that fire sign energy right now? There is a sitting with places of discomfort. There is a sitting with places of fear. What if there's not enough? What if I can't trust myself? What if this path seems really nice and really good is going to stab me in the back? Maybe I should just stop being so positive and start being a little more grounded. And you could take Jupiter moving into Capricorn as that voice. But that's not where I want you to take that voice. Jupiter moving into Capricorn, that spotlight that Jupiter is, it's going to shine on that second house of what you value. And guess what it's going to do? It's going to shine on those places where you feel worthless, where you feel scared, where you feel like you don't have value underneath the performance. And it's going to say, hey, let's infuse that. But in order to infuse those parts of our lives with joy and nurturing and love, we have to see them. And we have to sit with them, and we have to hold them, because often these fives, specifically these two fives, this is our inner child trying to warrior through and make it be okay, and being terrified. And we just have to hold that inner child, the scared inner child, and let them know they're okay. This is also feeling kind of maybe energy poor and a little bit tired and just needing to check in, just needing that time. So yes, it's your birthday season. Yes, it's a fun time. Yes, we have these big, bold, visionary energies all around you. Don't get me wrong. This is all here for you to undertake. These are very powerful fire sign energies of vision, of moving forward, forging forward in life. You are going. You are in those leadership roles. You are in success places. But be sure to counterbalance that with checking in with any parts of yourself that are feeling a little sensitive right now. And just give them some love. Here's the other thing. Life is changing for Sages. Even if you were one of the Sages that had maybe a bit of a more challenging way through this year and maybe has felt a little less held and nurtured by Jupiter, all Sages right now life has changed. Things have changed. Pieces are not where they were a year ago right now when we were opening up Sag season. I guarantee everybody out there right now listening, y'all have had a year. And whatever pieces have come in and changed, you're now set for a new course. I love the Eight of Cups. I have to say, I love this card. This is the bittersweetness of life, because it's exciting. This figure, yes, there's a grieving, obviously, there's a leaving behind, there's a leave taking of something that was beautiful. That's there. But this guy is also, he's ready to go on an adventure and see what's next. He's also lined up for this next thing. And here's the other thing that's coming through with just taking some time to honor what Jupiter did this year. And then honestly, with that new moon eclipse in your second house and that full moon in Gemini in your relationship house, all of these transits are working together to have you just check in with where you are now and where you're going, and to honor what has been, and that you're not really who you were a year ago, and that the pieces have changed, and that you are on your way somewhere new. There is a bittersweetness with this because you changed shape. You don't fit where you used to fit. You're not doing what you used to be doing. You're not focusing where you used to be focusing. But what you are doing now, you're nurturing your root system. You're connecting in with what really feels like sustenance for you. Now, of course, Devil is a complex energy, right? Devil can tap into where we feel chained up, obsessive, or stuck in a rut. It can have us looking at where we feel lack of value, lack of confidence, lack of security, or where we feel we're stuck. But Devil also has us look at our foundation. What's under our feet? And where are we putting our resources? And when the Devil is employed wisely, we feel strong, we feel clear, we feel we can jump forward. When Devil is employed and we're not really looking at it, we start to feel imprisoned and trapped by our own choices. Now, of course, Eight of Cups with the Devil, you can kind of see how also there's an unlocking and a breaking away from any old things that aren't working anymore. And there being a bit of a bittersweetness once again. But you can also look at the Devil as part of this nourishing, nurturing soft, warm energy that is coming through here with the Queen of Pentacles, and how important it is for you all to just nurture in a little bit. Give yourself that moment. I promise you that there's a lot more ahead in 2020. I promise you that the infusions of money, of opportunity, of creativity, of vision, of stability, of building on something are really powerful. Jupiter moving to Capricorn is one of the best things that can be happening to Sagittarians right now, truly. You're harnessing your energy in a way that helps you build on something that matters. And that is a quieter energy. It is a focused energy, but guess what? In letting yourself feed that part of yourself, the visionary comes back. The visionary voice, the clarity of the message that comes for you, it's right there. You're going to know exactly where to point your ship, point your direction, point and chart your course. I really do get a sense with Sagittarians, this is kind of a gateway month and saying farewell to who you've been, saying farewell to what has been maybe defining aspects of your journey so far and saying hello to new ones. And it could feel a little confusing because there's going to be one part of you that's like so happy, so excited, feeling so good, just like, yeah. There's going to be another part of you that's like, wait a second, what's going on? And they're both going to be there. But that's where this esoteric message, this hidden message, this emotive message of the Hanged Man, the High Priestess, and the Moon come in. These are the gatekeepers to the unseen world, and they're not even the gatekeepers, they're kind of the greeters. Your soul is wise beyond words. You're right where you need to be. You don't always have to be plugged into the fire mode. You are allowed to soften up, listen in, ground down, take a minute. Put and apply that energy to places that feel good to you. Take a moment. Let December be a ritual of acceptance and gratitude for what this year has brought. What a powerful Sag season. I personally always experience this season as a very powerful time of healing and connecting with where there needs to be connection again. Anything that's been neglected for a little while or needs reassessment. I have some beautiful affirmations for you all to take with you through your birthday season and on into Capricorn season, into eclipse season. Here we go. I lean into the mysterious spaces in my life. I fall into the depth of the good spaces in life and let myself have them fully. I trust in my positivity and warmth. I allow my natural gifts to work in new and amazing ways. Even just as I said those affirmations, one thing I just kind of want to loop back through on this is, we're working with some shadow sides, right? We're working with some points of maybe discomfort, maybe where you feel lack of worthiness. And I've been saying, it's okay for you not to always be expansive and buoyant. But I think that sense of positivity and warmth doesn't go away just because you're not trying to extend it this way all of the time, right? You obviously are. You obviously are still this fiery, magnetic, healing, teaching, leading, strong energy. But putting our positivity and warmth on the places that need a little bit of that inside of ourselves is more powerful than any other type of positivity. More powerful than any positivity we can put on other people or try and perform our way into. Putting our positivity and warmth on parts of ourselves that feel like they don't deserve to keep having all this goodness, that don't deserve they keep having all this expandedness and this hope and this joy. Putting the joy and the positivity there and the optimism there and the trust there and the faith there is true medicine. And it's a little reminder to Sagittarius to take the pressure off from this whole big idea of having to be the expander. We've done it. Let's take a moment. And also the other thing that really comes through, like, yeah, you're on a journey. Life isn't the same as it was. Let it happen. Let these new waves come in. It's time to change. It's time to be different. It's time for something new to crest. And that change, that transformation has a watery quality to it. But you are welcome in this new life. You are welcome to enjoy this whole new pattern. I tell you what, y'all, I am really tired after 2019. I know we're still in it right now, but I have been just traveling. I'm always in a new location. I've been talking to a lot of you, and you're all like, where are you? You're always in a different house. Yeah, I know. I know. I'm very well aware of, like, my life has shifted so much in a year. 2020, the map of that, totally different for me now than it was 4 months ago. So I'm with you on this journey. I'm definitely going to be nurturing myself in December and being really kind and really giving to any part of myself that's needing a little bit of extra time and space. Like I said, if you want to know more about what Jupiter and Capricorn is doing, I have that video on my Patreon, and it's really helpful. And I think thinking about Jupiter and Capricorn, what a beautiful transit. I'm really into it. So if you want to learn more and you want to connect more into what that's going to be doing, your ruling planet moving on, you can go join me on Patreon. I would love to see you there. I'm planning on putting a lot more content about the transits for 2020 and what to expect over there in the coming months. So if you're really interested in connecting in with the year ahead, that's a great resource. Thank you to those of you who have joined me there. It really means so much to me and helps me live a healthy and balanced life. So thank you so much for joining me over there. It really helps out. You can also find me on Instagram at SarahVerba. I would love to see you there. And I will be releasing a limited number of one-on-one readings for 2020. I haven't opened up my calendar yet, but for those of you who are truly interested in a session, if you email me, I can put you on the notification list so you will know when my calendar opens up and you can grab one of those limited spots. So I would highly recommend you do that. You can find all of the ways to contact me and find me on the internet in the description box right here. Really easy. You can also find PinkLune's gorgeous jewelry on her website, her Etsy shop. She's always making something new and beautiful. I love her so much. So you can go check her out. I love my Sagittarius family so much. You all know how much you mean to me. Have a beautiful December, a beautiful rest of Sag season. I know I'm going to enjoy every second of it. I'm sending you all of my love. And I will see you in January and also for this eclipse season. Like, we did not get into the eclipses, but believe me, we are going to, and it is going to be amazing. So I will see you soon for Moon Magics, and I love you so much. Be well, my seekers.